Good evening, live from this news center of the Sultanate of Oman television. Here we present to you tonight's news bulletin. But first, the headlines. His Majesty the Sultan congratulates the King of Morocco on the national team's Arab Cup victory and praises the Emir of Qatar for the country's outstanding success on hosting the tournament. An international conference in Muscat showcases advanced surgical technologies. Israeli aggression on Gaza intensifies, killing at least 2 children. At least 2 children were killed in those headlines that we have presented. Now for the details. His Majesty Sultan Haytham bin Tariq sent a cabal of greetings to His Majesty King Mohammed, the 6th King of the Kingdom of Morocco, on the occasion of his country's national team's victory in the 2025 FIFA Arab Cup. In the cabal, His Majesty praised the strong and heroic performance of the Moroccan team, reflecting the remarkable progress of Moroccan sports. His Majesty the Sultan also sent a cabal of greetings to His Highness Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani, Emir of the State of Qatar, on the occasion of Qatar's outstanding success in hosting the Arab Football Championship. In the cabal, His Majesty wished the Emir continued success in hosting major international events and in achieving further accomplishments and aspirations across all sectors. The Arab Air Rifle and Pistol Shooting Championship kicks off tomorrow, Saturday, under the patronage of His Highness Sayyid Yazin bin Haytham Al Saeed, Minister of Culture, Sports and Youth. 144 male and female shooters representing 14 Arab countries will participate in the championship, which is organized by the Oman Shooting Association at the National Olympic Shooting Complex in Muscat. The championship aims to strengthen Arab sports cooperation, develop the sport of shooting, exchange technical expertise, and refine the skills of shooters, thereby contributing to raising performance levels and enhancing the readiness of participating teams. The Sultanate of Oman inaugurated the 10th Surgical Updates Conference today, convening world-class surgical expertise in Muscat under the patronage of His Excellency Dr. Hilal bin Ali Al-Sabti, Minister of Health. More detail in the following report. The Sultanate of Oman today hosted one of the region's leading medical events as the Oman Surgical Society launches the 10th Surgical Updates Conference at the Oman Convention and Exhibition Center with strong international participation. The 2 days conference brings together renowned surgeons and medical experts from around the world, alongside healthcare professionals from the Sultanate of Oman, the GCC, and the wider Arab region, reinforcing Oman's growing role as a hub for medical education and surgical innovation.
The 10th Surgical Update Conference is a general surgery conference organized by the Oman Surgical Society every 2 years under the umbrella of the Oman Medical Association. This time we have had a very exciting program with international speakers, regional speakers, discussing new and important topics. We've had multiple workshops before the conference that were new to the region. And in this conference we'll be establishing a few consensus treatment guidelines endorsed by the society to help the surgeons in the country and in the region manage complex surgical diseases.
Focused on the future of surgery, the event highlights advanced surgical techniques, research and training collaboration, and the impact of digital transformation and artificial intelligence.
This conference basically helps enhancing the knowledge of the surgical expertise here in Oman, and in addition to also build on their skills also. This conference sessions basically aids to improve their exposure to the new technology, AIs and robotic surgeries. And also the associated workshops around the conference has helped really to improve the local surgeon skills and expose them to these technologies.
The scientific program features robotic surgery and AI in operating rooms, trauma and critical injury surgery, colorectal surgery, organ donation, as well as hands-on workshops and advanced simulation sessions delivered to international standards.
The highlight of this 10th edition of our surgical conference is to focus on the innovation of surgery and the use of AI and technologies of reshaping the future of surgeries, hopefully in Oman and worldwide.
The conference reflects national efforts to advance healthcare quality and specialized medical skills, further strengthening Oman's presence on the global medical map. International news. Israeli attacks in Gaza, including gun shooting and explosions, resulted in at least 2 deaths yesterday, according to Palestinian Authority. Israeli troops opened fire on Palestinians with guns in multiple locations across the Gaza Strip, killing 1 child and injured 3 others. People, according to the Palestinian officials news agency said. In a statement issued on Thursday, the Gaza-based Civil Defense Department also reported 3 other separate explosions of shells left behind by Israeli forces, which led to the death of 1 child and injuries of several other Palestinians. Moscow announced its readiness to conclude legally binding security guarantees with NATO member states, provided these guarantees are based on reciprocity. Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov stated that Moscow harbors no aggressive intentions towards NATO and the European Union, indicating its willingness to formalize these guarantees legally and provide them in writing. European Union leaders agreed today to provide a massive interest-free loan to Ukraine to meet its military and economic needs for the next 2 years. But they failed to bridge differences with Belgium that would have allowed them to use frozen Russian assets to raise the funds. After almost 4 years of war, the International Monetary Fund estimates that Ukraine will need 137 billion euros in 2026 and 2027. The government in Kiev is on the verge of bankruptcy and desperately needs the money by spring. The plan had been to use some of the 210 billion euros worth of Russian assets that are frozen in Europe, mostly in Belgium. Back here in the Sultanate of Oman, under the patronage of His Excellency Dr. Saud bin Hamoud Al Habsi, Minister of Agriculture, Fisheries and Water Resources, the University of Nizwa marked its Research Day, highlighting a growing research footprint and a sustained focus on innovation and academic excellence. More details coming up in this report.
The Research Day at the University of Nizwa offered a comprehensive picture of an academic institution steadily expanding its research footprint. Through a wide range of scientific and applied research outputs, the event underscored the central role of research in shaping the university's academic vision.
This is an annual research forum during which we celebrate the success of our researchers. We have registered this year 27 patents, and that was a result of the transformation plan we set earlier to transfer from the basic sciences researches to applied and industrial researches.
The program featured concise research presentations under the Research in 3 Minutes initiative, the launch of the Artificial Intelligence Applications Chair, as well as the signing of research cooperation agreements and the recognition of outstanding research achievements.
My project is System for Ontology Learning and Extraction, or what's called also SOL. So risk and disaster impacts vary depending on climate regions, depending on infrastructures, populations. So if we want to improve the disaster resilience, which is the ability to recover quickly from a disaster, we need to understand all of those information, such as recovery information, location, type of disaster, and so on. And the contribution of this project is to improve the disaster planning and to reduce relying on expert domain.
Presentation. It talks about incorporating wider infrastructure disruption in urban flooding resilience investments. So basically, we need to understand the wider infrastructure disruption by assessing the critical infrastructure dependency and interdependency, focusing on critical assets such as culverts, bridges, and drainage systems. And the next part is focusing on flood hazard and risk. So basically, flood hazard and risk, we need to understand flooding resilience, and that can be done by understanding current and future risk.
The accompanying exhibition presented research posters that offered insight into studies conducted across the university. Innovative projects, registered patents, consultancy services, and graduation research were also showcased, highlighting the practical impact of academic research. Through this event, the University of Nizwa reinforces its investment in research as a foundation for innovation and long-term development. Reporting from the University of Nizwa, this is Saleh Bakhalfan al-Rahbi, الداخلية, Governorate.
The Sultanate of Oman is experiencing partly cloudy weather across several governorates with chances of scattered rainfall that may at times be accompanied by thunderstorms. The Civil Aviation Authority stated that the weather conditions are affecting the governorates of Musandam, Al-Buraymi, Al-Dhahira, North and South Al-Batina, Al-Dakhiliya, Masqat, North and South Al-Sharqiyya, with chances of scattered rainfall over coastal areas along the Arabian Sea, as well as parts of the Al-Wusta and the Far governorates. These are scenes from wilayas in Musandam governorate, where rainfall of varying intensity led to runoff in a number of wadis and streams. In Al-Buraymi governorate, rainfall ranging from moderate to heavy was recorded, leading to runoff in streams and wadis. In the wilaya of Hadha, moderate to heavy rain fell over a number of villages, including Al-Khadra village and Wadi Sharm. These are scenes from the wilaya of Hadha. Several wilayas in North Al-Batina governorate also witnessed scattered rainfall ranging from light to moderate, affecting coastal areas as well as a number of mountainous regions. These are scenes of rainfall from the wilaya of Sohar. Wilayas in Al-Dhahira governorate recorded moderate to heavy rainfall as a result of low pressure system affecting several governorates of Oman. Rainfall was reported across a number of villages and towns in the governorate, leading to runoff in several wadis and water channels. These are scenes from the wilaya of Yonqal. The Embassy of the Sultanate of Oman in Brunei Darussalam marked the 40th anniversary of the establishment of diplomatic relations between the two friendly countries by launching a book documenting the journey of friendship and cooperation since relations were established in 1984. The publication highlights areas of political, economic, cultural and educational cooperation and traces the development of bilateral relations over the past 4 decades. Oman's ambassador to Brunei Darussalam, Her Excellency Irma bint Saeed Al Kathiri, said the book reflects the strength and depth of bilateral ties and the achievements realized through joint cooperation, noting that it aims to preserve historical memory for future generations and expand prospects for partnership between the two countries. The celebration also featured the screening of a documentary showcasing Oman's key tourism assets and investments opportunities with a focus on economic projects and initiatives that reflect the Sultanate's vision for sustainability and economic diversification. The annual banking meeting with financial institutions discussed the strategic initiatives and future directions for the Omani banking and financial sector. This year, a meeting held by the Central Bank of Oman reviewed the infrastructure of the local payment system and addressed improvements to the automated clearing system, the adoption of direct debit as an alternative to checks, and the electronic check settlement system launched by the Central Bank of Oman to provide faster procedures and improve liquidity management for the benefit of banks and their customers. The meeting also discussed the launch of the local Mal card to enhance payment systems, drive innovation and promote financial inclusion. As part of the ongoing efforts to enhance the national blood transfusion system, the Minister of Health organized the 5th National Blood Transfusion Conference in Al-Dhahira Governorate. The conference brought together specialists and healthcare professionals to review the latest technologies in blood transfusion and discuss best practices aimed at ensuring safe, reliable and high-quality blood transfusion services across the Sultanate of Oman. The event also highlighted the importance of continuous professional development and knowledge exchange in strengthening national health services and meeting international standards in blood safety. This is the Sultanate of Oman television. Before we end tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. His Majesty the Sultan congratulates the King of Morocco on the national team's Arab Cup victory and praises the Emir of Qatar for the country's outstanding success on hosting the tournament. An international conference in Muscat showcases advanced surgical technologies. And Israeli aggression on Gaza intensifies, killing at least 2 children. And with that, we do conclude this news bulletin brought to you live from this news center of the Sultanate of Oman television. Thank you for joining us and good night.